Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of our contingency tables video. We did the first 3 questions on this. We did one of the marginal distribution questions, and we are going to do another marginal distribution question. So remember that with marginal distributions, we only care about the totals column, right? So since it says, what is the marginal distribution? I know immediately that I will not be working with those numbers. Now it says, what's the marginal distribution of smoking status? Okay, so I'm going to look at the smoking people, and 60 say yes, 120 say no. So those are the numbers that we care about, people that smoke, or the numbers about the people that smoke. We don't care about these 2 numbers right here, so we're going to throw those 2 out. And so now, marginal distribution of smoking status, well, there's only 2 statuses, there's yes or no. And 60 out of the 180 said yes to smoking. So we're going to say 60. No, quite what I want. All right, so there we go. So 60 out of 180 people, that's a third. 1/3 is 33.3%. 33.3% of all of our adults, 180, smoke. So 33.3% smoke. All right, so we did the people that said yes to smoking. Now we're going to do the people that say no to smoking. 120 out of 180 said no to smoking. So 120 out of 180, that's 2/3. 12 out of 18 is 2/3. So that's 66.6%, depending on how we did it. I forgot to remind you guys that this repeats, so you can put the bar over the 3. Depending on how I ask you to round this one, you could just put a bar over the 6, because that's going to be 66.66666 forever. So again, 120 out of 120, out of 180, so this 120 is no to smoking. So 66.6% don't smoke. All right. So again, marginal distribution, we only are going to be looking at working with the totals column. So now we're going to be looking at conditional distributions. So this one is real important to look at what comes after the word of. So let's change our color. So what percent of those who smoke? So we're interested in of those who smoke. Don't worry about the rest of it yet. We're going to focus on the people, those who smoke, the people who smoke. Well, smoking, these people who said yes, those are the people that smoke. So we only care about these people right here. Well, how many of them are there? 60. So I know this is going to be something out of 60. All right, so out of those who smoke, so it's going to be something out of 60 because only 60 people smoke. So of those who smoke, question is now, what percent have low alcohol consumption. So now we're going to be only looking at the circle. None of this other stuff right here is any concern to this problem. So we're looking at people that smoke and how many have low alcohol consumption. Low alcohol consumption from the group that smokes, that's 10. 10 out of 60, that's going to be 0.16 repeating. So I'm going to put 6 twice because we're going to change it to a percent. So that becomes 16.6. Remember I said that 6 repeated percent. All right. I am now going to, my eraser. I'm going to erase what we did over here, because now we're going to start a new one. Right, let's do that one, maybe in red. Okay, all right, so next one. Again, what comes after the word of is very key. What percent of those who have low alcohol consumption? What percent of those who have low alcohol consumption smoke? So we're talking about the percentage of those who have low alcohol consumption. So now we're looking at people that have low alcohol consumption. So we only care about this group. Don't care about any of this other stuff. Of those who have low alcohol consumption. So we're only interested in those that have low alcohol consumption. So what percent of those who have low alcohol consumption smoke? So now this is out of 90 people total, because that's how many have low alcohol consumption. So this is out of 90. And of those 90, how many smoke? 10. So this is 10 out of 90. And that turns out to be 1, 1, 1 repeating. And again, 3 decimal places. I can write that as a percent, 11.1 repeating percent. And then one more. All right, so here we go. What percent of those who don't smoke? What percent of those who don't smoke? So now I look at smoking and then the not smoking ones, right? So now I care about these people, the ones that do not smoke. Don't care about these numbers. Don't care about these numbers. Okay, so what percent of those who don't smoke? Well, the don't smoke, there's 120 of them. So that's going to be something out of 120. Now, out of those who don't smoke, the thing is, what percent have high alcohol consumption? So out of this group, high alcohol consumption, that's 40. So that's going to be 40 out of 120. Well, that's 1/3. 0.3 repeating. I probably should have written that as 3, 3, 3. So I can move my decimal 2 places and easily see that. And we get 33.3%. So that's our video on our contingency tables.